Local 4 News starts now with a forewarned weather alert.
Downed trees, flooding, and property damage. That is the scene in parts of Macomb County right now after a tornado touched down during this first wave of storms. Our crews got this video just near 13 Mile Road and Gratiot. That's in Fraser. And they are out right now tracking down other damaged areas that viewers have sent into our help desk. We're checking out all of that information now. More storms moving into southeast Michigan. We have declared a forewarned weather alert day as we continue to watch for power outages and tornado threats. A live look at downtown Detroit, Ann Arbor, Brighton, and Mount Clemens, the scene right now. Some of these areas under a level 3 threat tonight. So what does that mean? The orange areas on this map are under the strongest risk for severe weather. We're talking about western Wayne, Livingston, Washtenaw, Monroe, and Lenawee counties. Good afternoon, everybody. Right now, flash flooding, already a problem for people. Within the last hour, GLEWA actually started warning homeowners to remove all valuables from their basement, saying multiple inches of rain will fall in some areas over the next 12 hours. Forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams tracking the timeline for us. This is a very busy day.
It really is a busy day. Macomb County saw the worst of it this afternoon with at least 3 inches. In some areas, we've seen as much as 5 indicated on our radar. It might be a little high, but still multiple inches of rain fell in parts of Macomb County, causing that flooding. And now the ground is already saturated out ahead of round 2. Keeping an eye right now on a little thunderstorm. It's about to move out over Lake Erie. Otherwise, it's quiet. But if you've noticed, there's some sunshine out there. First, I want to go to just to the west of Howell. There was a little area of just some rain and started to just fizzle out. So we're not concerned about that. I'm going to zoom this back out again. And what we're seeing, we'll go to a couple of our sky cams, because the more sunshine we get, the more instability, the more fuel, the more energy for these thunderstorms. So we'll start out in Ann Arbor and check the sky there. And pretty cloudy out in Ann Arbor, but as we head to, we'll look at our Windsor sky cam. That's a good indication of what the clouds are like downtown. And you can see there are some holes and some breaks in that overcast. One more we'll check now, Southfield. And yeah, you can see some blue sky up there. So we are definitely going to have some strong to severe storms. Time frame now looks to be sometime between 7 and about 10 o'clock tonight. So even though we're getting a break right now, we are not out of the clear, and everything's on the table, including the chance for tornadoes. And we're going to talk more about that coming up.
All right, thanks, Kim. Now we want to remind you to download the Forewarned Weather app. Snap a picture of the QR code on your screen right now. You can stay updated on when severe weather moves into your neighborhood. Breaking news on Detroit's west side, where police are investigating a murder-suicide. Now, we can confirm a man shot his girlfriend and then turned the gun on himself. It was around 11:30 last night. Police say the couple had been together for several years and lived together in the woman's mother's home, but there was no known history of domestic violence.
It was really a shock to the family. We did not find any history, at least no history on paper, of any kind of domestic violence between the couple. Just a very unfortunate incident.
Even more disturbing, 2 of the victims, 3 children, were home during the shooting, but they were not harmed. Very busy news day breaking right now. Standing by to talk with the Monroe County Sheriff after 2 separate teen death investigations in as many days. That update happening in about 30 minutes. We did show you this video from Raisonville Township yesterday. Officers found the bodies of 2 teenagers near a car. The car's windows were smashed and there was a large pool of blood on the ground. Police say it was a teen boy and a girl, both shot, but we still don't know what happened there. Now, about 23 miles away in neighboring Bedford Township, police say they found 2 people dead inside a home on Saturday. The coroner ruled the deaths as a murder-suicide. Police say a 33-year-old man killed a 17-year-old girl and then took his own life. The Monroe County Sheriff is giving us an update any minute now, which is why we have a crew on the way. We will break down exactly what happened and all those new details when you join us at 5. Also on clickondetroit.com right now, we do have a list of mental health resources for communities all across Metro Detroit. Help is available no matter where you live, 24/7, by calling or texting the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. You can also call that number if you're concerned about a loved one who is exhibiting signs they could be suicidal. With proper treatment and support, it is possible to get help for suicidal thoughts and other mental health challenges. 988 is that number. Our other top story today, people in an Orion Township mobile home park have been without water now for more than 24 hours after a power outage. Employees at the mobile home park passing out water bottles so people can have something to drink. We're going to bring in Noelle Friel. She is live from Orion Township. Noelle, neighbors say this is not the first time something like this has happened.
Yeah, that's right. That's what they're telling me. We just learned right before our show that the water is now back on. But as you can see by the sign here, this community is still under a boil water advisory. We're told that's going to last for at least 48 hours until the water quality can be tested. A tenant living here at Orion Lakes Mobile Home Park reached out to us after water here had been shut off for more than a day, and we did hear from property owners on site who said they were working with DTE to have the power restored as soon as possible. We're told this is happening because the park uses well water, so every time the park loses power, the well's electric pump stops working and the well is depressurized. Every time that happens, the property owners have to retest the water quality and a boil advisory is issued. Tenants tell us this park is fairly old, so water quality has been a consistent problem.
I mean, it's every time the water goes out. Sometimes it's twice a month, sometimes it's every other month. Sometimes it's less than that.
While the property owners work to restore water, they provided bottled water to tenants throughout the day. We're going to have much more on this situation and the property owners' response coming up tonight at 5. Reporting live, Noelle Friel, Local 4.
All right. Thank you, Noelle. Other news this afternoon, a judge raised bond for the Detroit teacher and track coach accused of sexually assaulting a student. Nathan Tedford's bond was initially set at $30,000, but today the judge raised it to $50,000. He is also not allowed to talk to anyone under 21 years old. He is on unpaid leave from East English Village Preparatory Academy. Tedford faces 2 counts of 4th-degree criminal sexual conduct. He's due back in court on June 26th. A woman charged with lying to police after a 17-year-old was found dead in Southfield will attend her court hearings in a different location. Today, Charla Pendergrass, the woman charged with lying to police about her disappearance, had her court case moved to 34th District Court in Romulus. Prosecutor's office says the move was made because that is where police say the perjury happened. A new report from a court-appointed lawyer monitoring the UAW criticizing Shawn Fain for removing a secretary-treasurer from her roles. Neil Borofsky describes the removal of Margaret Mock as unjustified. And Mock says this confirms her position and her commitment to reforming the union. The monitor has deferred bringing any formal charges in order to investigate additional allegations of retaliatory conduct involving Fain's office. Let's take a live look right now. Tel Aviv. As President Donald Trump considers whether or not to take action in the Middle East. Today, the United States evacuated some embassy personnel and family members from Israel on a military plane. President Trump is meeting in the White House decision room as conflict brews between Israel and Iran. Israeli officials are trying to stop Iran from making nuclear weapons. Iran's supreme leader says the country will not surrender and warns irreparable damage if the U.S. gets involved. Right now, the U.S. military has bases throughout the Middle East. We will keep you updated as we learn more about this ongoing situation.